Stephen Hawking set the agenda for other physicists, including CBS News science and futurist contributor Michio Kaku. He calls Hawking the, quote, rock star of science. Michio Kaku is a physics professor at the City University of New York. Good morning.
Morning.
Why was he so brilliant? What was the central thing about Hawking?
Well, I think the public saw him as a messenger from the stars. You know, the stars are in our dreams. We look up in the night sky, we see all these stars, and we wonder, what does it all mean? Where did it come from, the universe, and where is it going? And here was a man, not since Einstein, who can communicate to the public about the meaning in the universe itself. Cosmic questions that we all think about at night.
Did you ever get a chance to spend time with him? Did you know him?
Yes. It was very difficult to interact with him professionally, but I spoke at a conference that he organized. In fact, my essays are in the book that he co-authored about that conference. And then I visited his house. I was fascinated that there were all these gadgets allowing him to turn the page of a journal just by pushing a button. He was so determined to do research, even as he was paralyzed, that he had all these instruments in his house to continue his research.
Michio, help us understand, because he was his generation's leader in terms of exploring gravity and black holes. What did we learn from him?
Well, we learned that Einstein's theory is incomplete. In fact, Einstein himself was looking for a theory of everything that would unite quantum mechanics, atomic physics, with black holes. And so what Hawking did was he showed that black holes are not really black.
Yes.
Overturning decades of thinking, black holes are gray. They emit what is called Hawking radiation. And that's what happens when you apply quantum mechanics to black holes. So he set the agenda. He was the first person to get meaningful results when you combine these two great theories, quantum mechanics, atomic physics, and relativity.
Yeah.
In terms of his ability to bridge incredibly complex ideas and make them understandable for people who might have difficulty with those kinds of ideas, was there a central talent to that made him able to do it, where sometimes people aren't so good at doing that?
I think what is mentioned, he had this tremendous sense of humor. Even with this tremendous adversity, he would crack jokes at conferences and break up the entire conference because he wanted to interact with people. He loved to interact with people. And that's why I think he wrote his best-selling books, because he wanted to educate people, warn humanity about potential dangers, but also pave the way for a bright new era.
As someone who spent time with him, what stood out to you about him?
First, his determination. He was determined to be at the forefront of physics, even when he was paralyzed. Something that would have crushed an ordinary individual was a challenge for him to overcome. And also, he saw himself as sort of like a herald, warning us about the dangers of global warming, saying that we should explore outer space. And many of these themes I tried to put in my book, The Future of Humanity, to carry out the message that he was trying to bring to the people of the world.
Well, you mentioned The Future of Humanity. Congratulations. It's on the New York Times bestseller list.
Well, thank you. And I think it's probably due in part to the support of CBS this morning. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we do like to sell books, and we like to read books here. So congratulations to you, Michio. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.